has awoken. Jaspar Matumiel Delveric. Jaspar for short. And you, my friend, are at my very own campsite. Before you ask, yes, the bandits killed both of the apothecary. The only reason you're still alive is that the impact of the explosion threw you right into the thicket. Most of your injuries are only superficial, but your fever, well, that's a different story. I was on the perimeter, and no, I didn't help, for two reasons. One, I was outnumbered. Two, I'm quite fond of my entrails. I wish I had a more heroic answer, but I don't. Sorry. Quite a lot, actually. You're suffering from Arcanist's fever. Honestly, I'm surprised the old apothecarius didn't see that. Let me guess, you're suddenly capable of doing things you previously knew only from the bard songs, right? You're unusually strong, you have reflexes like a cat, and drinking potions or any kind of magically infused substance leaves a bitter afterglow in your head. Well then, congratulations. Your magical talent just blossomed. A bit late, given your age, but it happens. Put simply, the fever is a result of your body not being able to cope with it. That's not much of a problem for now, but if you don't let an Arcanist treat you sometime soon, things are going to get grim. Contain it, not cure it. From here on out, you're always going to be a little more sensitive than someone without magical gifts. But that's tolerable compared to what your magic will allow you to do. Prone to certain conditions. As I said, your fever will get worse. Also, you should be very cautious of areas with magical contamination, such at first, diffuse headaches, general unease. Later on, your eyesight will blur, your limbs will grow weak, and you'll get a maddening... Yes, it can kill you. Everything has its price, as the wise hermit likes to say. And an Orbaya is basically a giant undead version of yourself with tumors and pus all over your body. Well, there's ambrosia, but later you can drink it whenever the fever gets worse. The stuff looks and tastes like undead sweat and is bloody. You have visions? Not that I know of. The only visions I've ever had are those that come along with a good pipe of peaceweed. You know what? As I said, someone needs to contain your fever as soon as possible. And as it happened, but in return, I want you to tell me everything. What did you do in that temple? And what's the... I can't put my finger on it, but there's something strange about you, and that intrigues me. What do you say? Well then, the stage is yours. I see. My condolences for your loss. So, let me summarize. And you also said that your magic didn't develop gradually, as it usually does, but all at once, right? Well, that's quite the story. I guess you know how absurd it sounds, but for some reason, I believe you. Alright, it's settled then. I'll introduce you to my employer. Before we leave, however, there's something else I need to take care of, and I could use a hand. Ark? The capital? Walls high as towers of... You're going to see it soon. Up to you. But without me accompanying you, the guards won't let you into the Sun Temple in Ark, and that's the only place you can get your fever treated. Well, aren't you curious? I work for the Holy Order. Yeah, but they're more than just a military unit here. Enderal belongs to Malphus, the guardian god, and the Order... In other words, they're calling the shots here. No king, no queen, no council. Just an order of noble warriors, always looking so stern and... Splendid! You'll need some information before you can help me, though. I take it the fact that Vin has seen... times hasn't eluded your attention, has it? For the last 2 years... there have been wars and unrest everywhere. And even though in Enderal there's officially peace, there are peculiar things happening here too. normally docile animals and fakirs attacking wanderers in the open. The dead awakening in hordes. It's unsettling, to say the least. The strangest thing, however, is the red madness. Yeah, the rumors. I've heard them too. And I could indeed imagine that they're true, and that there's a connection. As I said, maybe. If you ask me, the Lightborn were never more than imposters anyway. False gods. Oh, I'm hardly representative. And the false deity. Seriously, say the Lightborn really are as mighty... No. The Lightborn were a mortal king. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. Splendid. But we digress. Yeah. It's some kind of... He was drunk, but that... Now, you might... The fact that the thing is, some weeks ago it happened again. Only this time it was a magister from the Holy Order, a teacher who instructs the novices aspiring to become keepers. His name... Well, according to the sole survivor, he entered the teaching room that day as usual, but instead he gave a strange kind of speech, then his eyes started glowing, he locked the door, and blew himself up in a magical Yes, it is. I'm not one for vows and austerity, so no, I'm no keeper. My specialty is recovering lost, and the Order hired me to do just that. They want to know how a man like Yarrow could fall victim, and thus if there's something like a pattern to this malady. Doesn't matter. Yarrow grew up in a small village not far from here. What I want your help with is finding clues. Great! First of all, I want you to travel to Riverville and talk to an old... Secondly, a farm boy told me that he saw Yarrow. I myself will take a look at the house Yarrow grew up. Ah, and here. This is a map of the region. So, unless there's anything else, I'd say let's step to it. Just meet me at the farm when you're done.
lonesome traveler. Some folks just never learn.
Fucking piece of shit! You'll pay for that.
Finally, some fun.
Ugh!